What is going on, everybody? It's KB. Before the episode starts, make sure you go check out StreamerSZN's brand new theme music. That's right. We have full-time, brand new theme music thanks to the newest homie and newest member of the music side of Underground Sports Philadelphia homies. That is Mobley Stay Volk. His new single is out now. It is linked in the description on YouTube, and you'll be hearing it on audio until we can figure out if we can play it on video on StreamerSZN episodes from here on out. That's our new theme music. Stay Volk. Go download it now wherever you get your music, and go check out the music video on YouTube. But now, let's get into the episode of StreamerSZN.
Philadelphia, baby, you're gonna love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
I come back to Rob Patterson? Oh boy, am I living it up.
What is going on, fellow streamers? Let's hope and pray that my mic doesn't die and it sounds already really weird, so hopefully we're good.
Your mic and your camera.
Yeah, my mic, my camera, I don't know what the hell's going on, but it is another edition of StreamerSZN, the exclusive streaming platform, TV and movie podcast on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network. It's KB, it's Dylan, and it's the Wiz, the legend has it himself, making his return. Christian Wisniewski is back with us, and it seems like you're going to be back with us for the long haul, Christian, because your Thursday night schedules are free.
Yes, I have cleared out to be able to be available when it has warranted, and hopefully talk about good movies and
the good,
shows.
the bad, and the ugly.
Hopefully more of the former, but you know, we'll see as time goes.
We've got a nice little rundown, as you can see next to Christian, below me. We're going to be talking about all this Wednesday Addams hype craze and it being the #1 show on Netflix right now. And it's going to be something we start watching for this podcast. We're going to try to dive into it this weekend as a whole. We got our Bullet Train review, as it's now on Netflix. Very nice to see Sony finally distributing their properties to streaming platforms properly. Sharing is caring. And then we've got a very loaded streaming platform, Multiverse News and Notes, brought to you by the homies over at Pickup to wrap up the show later on. But before we get started, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at StreamerSZN, Twitter, Instagram. Follow Dylan on Twitter at Dylan Mazzola. Follow Christian on Twitter at TheWiz_PHI. Follow me at KBIZZL311. Make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast feed as well. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. It really helps the show continue to grow, helps us, you know, get our feet even more wet in the TV, movie, entertainment space. And make sure, Dylan, what should they be doing in those Apple Podcast reviews?
The line. Say the line. No.
Say the line.
They should be leaving a review, a comment, etc. And in that review and comment, they should be letting us know, the three of us, what to watch and stream next. We have a plethora of streaming services. We are down to watch shows and or movies. You give us a direction, you point, and we'll go that way.
Yeah, we'll let you know what our next movie is for next week so you can watch along with us at the end of the show. And make sure you guys follow us on Letterboxd as well. We are officially on Letterboxd. I believe you can just search StreamerSZN and you'll find us. You see all of our watched movies, all of our MCU stuff, lists, reviews, ratings, and everything on the Letterboxd scale as well. And subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel where you get full video episodes of StreamerSZN and all of the content coming out of Underground Studios. It's youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Boys, we are currently, as we are recording this episode, sitting at 325 subscribers. Got to get to 1,000 though for that big boost on the YouTubes, but we are inching slowly but surely towards 400, which is our hopeful goal by the end of 2022. And we believe in you guys to help us get there. So go subscribe to the YouTube, smash that like button, ring the bell icon, comment down below your thoughts on everything we discuss on tonight's show, and leave those show and movie recommendations in the comment section. And of course, every episode of StreamerSZN is brought to you in part by are our fantastic merch partners, PHI Apparel Company, the best merch partners in the game. Guys, I just got a shirt from them this past week, and the quality is easily, Dylan, obviously you're a Core 4 member of Underground Sports. This is the best merch quality we've ever had. Hands down. I was so impressed. I'm thrilled. And guys, with their unique designs for the great fans of Philadelphia for all the sports stuff, and of course for the great fans of StreamerSZN, there's no doubt you're going to stand out when you're going to the movie theater, watching your favorite shows and movies on your couch, or going over for a big old watch party at your friend's house, or if you're just, getting down for some Netflix and chill, your significant other is going to be blown away by your t-shirts, your hoodies, and hopefully by the time you guys are listening to this, new StreamerSZN merch is going to be available on our storefront at phiapparel.co in both t-shirt and hoodie form. Hoodie season is here, so get ready for that. And when you guys shop at phiapparel.co, you can use code UNDERGROUND for 10% off any order at phiapparel.co. That's code UNDERGROUND for 10% off at phiapparel.co. Boys, let's get into it. Wednesday Addams has stolen the spotlight once again. The beloved Addams family figure from our childhoods, from our parents' childhoods, and our grandparents' childhoods.
Yeah.
Because the Addams family has been around for generations. The new Tim Burton Wednesday Addams show on Netflix is taking the world by storm. Jenna Ortega is now everybody's favorite young new actress. And it's broken records already. I mean, to start things off, when you're putting out a show that is breaking week 1 streaming hour in the English language records that were previously held by the most anticipated season of television in a very long time in Stranger Things Season 4, you're doing something right and you're hitting a wide range of audiences. I was blown away when I saw that statistic. I have seen nothing but positive reactions to this show and how good it is. And something tells me it's going to be sticking around for quite a while. We haven't watched it yet, but I think when a show has transcended a number of stratospheres and transcended people's algorithms, even if they haven't watched it, that's a good sign for that show.
Yeah, people are definitely branching out and trying it. And, I mean, we're all going to try it, like you said. And I think Kyle also had a good point. It's been around forever, so it helps people get into it. And definitely this young woman, her acting career is about to explode because this show has garnished an extreme amount of attention. All I see on TikTok is the dance, I guess, that her character does in it. And that in itself is a trend on TikTok. And to have something on the trend on TikTok on top of already being popular amongst the masses of countries who don't even use TikTok, it's pretty special in that regard. I give them all the credit in the world for that.
Yeah, I mean, I work at a high school with their theater department, and we did the Addams Family musical last year. So it's like continued that trend of everyone talking about it. It's like, have you seen it yet, KB? Have you seen it yet? And I'm like, it's on my to-do list. I got a lot of things I gotta do, but it's on the to-do list, and it's gonna get done. I mean, the cast it speaks for itself. You have Jenna Ortega as the lead as Wednesday Addams, and you have Christina Ricci, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Luis Guzman, who everybody loves from everything he touches, Gwendolyn Christie, Emma Myers, and then Isaac Ordonez as Pugsley Addams. I mean, when you just Google the show, it's got a 4.7 out of 5 rating on almost 10,000 ratings. It's got an 8.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 72% on Rotten Tomatoes, 97% on Google users liking this show. 72% is the critic score for the average tomato meter, and then 87% is the audience score. I mean, when you're bringing to life something from Tim Burton, who I think all of us can appreciate in one aspect or another, if not multiple aspects, I mean, this show is doing numbies, and this is something you and I, Dylan, have talked about at length when it comes to Netflix as a whole, when they were going through, their password purging and original content stuff. Like, this is the type of thing Netflix has needed to kind of be in the chamber and ready to unleash on the world, is some original content like this that hasn't really been, explored before by Netflix, and now they're touching a new stratosphere with original content with somebody who is so critically acclaimed in Tim Burton that people are going to, be drawn to it just by seeing his name alone. And then when you put, a young rising actress in Jenna Ortega as Wednesday Addams, and then you see the trends on TikTok, you see the social media buzz about it, you see her doing all the fun interviews that YouTube algorithms love to push. This is something I think Netflix has to be like doing backflips about now that they have another, big time show in their back pocket.
Yeah, almost 3 in a row when you think about Squid Games and Stranger Things season 4, Stranger Things in general, but season 4 and then this show. Like they've all broke records and they've all done very well on their own. So Netflix is definitely happy. It's a good little track record there with those 3. And I'm sure there's more missing, like original movies and stuff, but I know those 3 alone have cleaned up house.
Yeah, I mean it's 1 season so far, 8 episodes. And like we mentioned, for it to go and break records held by Stranger Things, which so many people had been waiting for, obviously being pushed back because of the pandemic and everything like that. But I mean, to be able to roll out a show like this and kind of get the public buzz the way that it has, when it is such a beloved character like Wednesday Addams, and is something that people are going to pay tons of attention to detail about because it is such a well-known character, for it to be doing the numbers that it is right now, I think also speaks volumes about the cast, speaks volumes about the production team and how this show has been written.
I think it appeals to everyone, like in terms of like your first point about it is that the Addams family have been around forever. Like different actors, plural, have played different adaptations. So I think there's someone.
I think we lost Christian.
Okay, I guess I'll still go. The show must go on. No, I'll come back.
The show goes on.
I was just going to say, we've all grown up with different versions of it, whether you're listening to our pod stream right now and you're 80 years old or you're 12. If you're 12, Jenna Ortega is your Wednesday Addams, whereas if you're 40 or 60 or 80, you might have witnessed other ones play it. So it kind of transcends time, like you put it so beautifully just early on. And
what? Well, this is fun. Swirling bar of death.
The fuck happened? Like, I thought my computer was like just becoming toast because my RAM was going through the roof. But seeing that he also got kicked, I'm like, okay, maybe it wasn't just a me issue there.
Yeah, this happened to Dylan last time, and we don't know why.
Kyle.
Jesus Christ. Did you just see the baseball news?
No. Who got paid how much? What?
The Mets just paid Brandon Nimmo $162 million for 8 years. Gross.
That's fucking disgusting. Oh my god.
Icky.
Kyle.
What's up?
Don't forget about the thing.
Yeah, I'm almost finished with it.
Okay. Yeah, yuck. New Year mess. Kyle, look at the second link I sent in the private chat.
I don't know if mine's there anymore because I had to.
Okay, hold on. I'll just resend it then. This fucking Patty Jenkins thing has me howling.
Oh, I did see it. I did click on that before.
Wikipedia link. Fuck off. Fuck off. You. And plus, she's only ever directed 3 feature films. Monster, which is like fine, and Charlize Theron won an Oscar, but she won it because she went full fucking I'm going for this Oscar. Mm-hmm. She then directed Wonder Woman, which she got a lot of help from Zack Snyder on, and then she didn't get help from Zack Snyder on Wonder Woman 1984, which was fucking horrific.
Yeah, that movie stunk.
And
that was one of the worst movies I've ever watched.
You don't know about Wonder Woman. Yeah, but she's like, about Wonder Woman. It's like, bitch, you best did development and stuff like that, and you've made 2 movies. Okay, why am I not lagging?
Yeah, you're lagging again on my end.
Why is my computer deciding to be a toaster?
Dylan's back.
No! I just saw him. Where'd he go? What the fuck?
His computer's lagging like crazy, too.
Guys, we need to upgrade and get fucking technology. My phone's fine as long as I don't use, like, apps on it while we do it. So that's why I just gotta make sure I don't touch it, which I'm doing now. Like, don't get distracted.
No touchy.
Not because it's streaming, and I can't be checking football at the same time. I even turned off my computer next to me to save the bandwidth. I was like, okay, you know, fucking all we can get. No.
This is why we need big company to invest in us to give us the most studio space.
Yeah. Fucking Christ. We don't have that much to talk about today. It's good.
I know.
I still have to shower from the gym, dude. I stinky. When we left, I was like, ugh.
Okay, I was feeling like a big asshole and a big idiot. Our merch guy was texting me that like 2 of the shirts were done, and I looked at him and the fucking bar is like huge going across the chest, and I was like, I don't know if it's on Shopify's end or my end on the graphic, but like, is there any way we could make the bar smaller because it's kind of inspired by Supreme? And he just sent me like the gif of the little girl going like, I don't know why I didn't think of that. And then he goes, yeah, it can be done, but it means I have to redo 80% of 8 designs. I was like, fuck.
You were like, I love you. So I guess it's his computer that's really lagging now. If he's timed out twice now. Darn it! I named my one name was K-pop, but I couldn't get back in with that one. Now I'm poop. The Asian guy I wanted's a Red Sox. I'm sad. Can you believe that fucker went to fucking Boston?
Yeah, I was sad. Our young Japanese boy went to Boston.
I mean, I was sad until I realized how much he got paid, and I was like, oh, never mind. It was like 90 mil over 5 years. That's a big boy contract, bro.
Yeah. Plus the posting fee makes it like 100 million, basically.
I was like, yeah, I'll stick with Trey Turner. I do think we should sign like a super utility. I do think we should sign like a super utility Brock Holt guy.
I mean, we have Edmundo Sosa. That's pretty much what he's going to be.
I just want a guy who can like dead ass play like first, second, short, and third, and outfield.
I want us to re-sign Syndergaard and go with the 6-man rotation.
That's what my friend at work was saying.
Because if Andrew Painter's going to make the opening day roster, like Rob Thompson said he potentially could, that'd be fucking sick to have 6 rotation.
And it's great. That's why the whole fucking Walker signing makes sense, because now Painter's not forced to make it.
Dude, our boy is home.
Yeah. He's not. And it also makes sense, too. My buddy was putting it. He's like, you realize why they gave him term? And I was like, why? He was like, there's a possibility Aaron Nola doesn't want to come back after this year. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I think they're gonna extend Nola this offseason.
I think they'll extend him, too, but it makes sense. It's an insurance. And Wheeler's gone by 24.
Which I think they'll extend him too.
Agreed, but my point is, it's nice to have an extra. You know what I mean, like an extra option.
My internet is a toaster tonight. I may have to not be on this one. Oh no. Hold the phone.
Well, he was able to be on for a little bit, I guess. Oh man.
I'm just remaking the thingy thing.
That's fine. Well, we just got to leave off at pretty much getting to the review of the movie, which sucks for him.
I know.
Because we were pretty much done talking about Wednesday because we don't have anything else to go on it. We talked about how it's transcending like age groups, and you said it's doing popular. I agree with you. Netflix is doing, so. I fucking love Bullet Train. I'm gonna give it a good ass rating. You watch. You just watch and see.
You just wait.
You just watch. I'll give it $200. Do you mean like sex stuff? Why is Channing Tatum sus in movies? Right. He was sus in this.
I had no idea he was in this movie either.
Neither did I. He was sus in This Is the End. When he becomes
sus in Magic Mike.
Danny McBride.
Oh, why am I getting all staticky? What is happening?
I just farted. I did not think Sandra Bullock was in that movie either, bro.
What am happening?
Hello?
Check. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you. What the fuck?
You can't hear me?
Hold on.
Fuck.
Hold the phone.
Fuck. Slum dog.
Can you hear me? Something is wrong with...
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Oh. Oh, baby,
Can you hear me?
What?
Can you hear me?
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Ave Maria. Is he frozen on your screen?
Yeah.
Yo, pour one out for our homie. Oh, he left right as I said that. No. He'll never know.
Yo, pray for my man's. He's been paused for 6 minutes.
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
Troy, get out of my room. He'd be like, remember when I fucked Andrew Johnson?
Boy.
I'm gonna fuck you next, Dylan. But Troy, why do you sound like a smoker now? That's what being gay does to you, Dylan.
Now I'm on Chantix.
Oh, man.
2.2.
I saw a tweet. It was like about Brittany Greer being freed. There was some gay guy, and he was like, if my gay ass was over there, they wouldn't free me. And I was like, you're not wrong, unfortunately, sir, because it got a lot of public publicity. I was like, the average person would not be free. That's just life. No need to be jaded by it. I wonder what Russia wanted in return for the Marine that was over there, because apparently they didn't want to return him. So I wonder how much, like, what else they would have wanted.
Apparently that's like next on the list now, though. Now that everybody knows that it's a thing,
Which is fucked up. That's how. I'm not knocking Brittany, but that's how fucked up our country is.
Yeah, it's how fucked up all like prison systems are.
That too. The man was at a wedding and he's been detained for being a spy, and no one knew about it.
No. He's an international
And I don't know if you read.
super spy.
He has a fucking 16-year sentence. That guy.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Do you want to wait for him, or do you want to just go? Like,
I'm gonna add these. I'm importing the just duo overlays, and if he comes back in, I'll swap them up.
I feel bad, but it also runs the risk of the later we go, the sleepier I'll be.
Plus, I have OTB tonight too.
Yeah, that's not fair to you. To keep difficulties.
He's an international.
I would like to shower by like 10 o'clock ish, not fucking at like midnight. Because then I don't know about you, showers make me like sometimes wired. They make me like they more awake me than relax me sometimes.
Yeah, it depends.
So it run the risk of like we get done here at like if it was later, I shower and I'm laying in bed like fuck you, Kyle. I'm awake now.
Oh no.
I had to switch fucking browsers. I literally had to switch browsers.
This is so funny because now Dylan's is not working.
Like Google Chrome was fucking toasting my computer into a microwave. And I'm like, fuck it, I have to go to Microsoft Edge because it's just driving me up a wall, and I can't. And I was working perfectly fine on Microsoft Edge. I'm like, I can't fucking do this bullshit. This is bullshit. It's bullshit.
God damn it, Dylan! What is going on?
We basically have to post these last like 15-20 minutes as like as blooper bullshit. Just like, what the fuck is
Release
going
the
on?
streamer cut.
Nice, Kyle. I think you pulled out your mic. This is great. This is fucking great. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
There we go.
What the fuck is this podcast?
Jesus. Dude, when you couldn't hear me, all I heard in my headphones was like a high-pitched ringing noise. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Bro, it literally took me switching to Microsoft Edge from Google Chrome cause Chrome was fucking putting my computer up to like 90% RAM. I'm like, what the fuck?
I have every
Like
Wi-Fi off in my room. Everything's off.
this is a fucking shit show.
I told Christian, I said, release the streamer cut.
I'm literally gonna also
Fuck.
close out
What the fuck, man?
any apps I have real quick as well. So there's nothing else fucking running.
Just close out everything fucking possible at this point.
Okay, just this running. Nothing else.
Oh no. Oh no.
1 hour later.
Oh no.
You guys not see me?
I can see you.
Okay.
Both of you are frozen. Oh, nope. And now you're unfrozen for me. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to try again?
And I think we're back. This has been the most shit show technical difficulty show of all time. As Christian's now frozen again below us. This is insane.
This is nuts, dude.
This is legitness.
Hey, if we can see each other, Christian's still technically here. Let's go.
But we left off talking about just the hype of Wednesday Addams. We're gonna be watching it for this show. It's 8 episodes. It's super easy to get through. And every single person I've talked to has asked me if I've watched it yet. So I feel like getting that influx of recommendations from people, it's a must watch. So Wednesday Addams will be on the docket in the next week or so. So stay tuned for our Wednesday Addams discussions and reviews on the pod.
I like Hero.
And
Did we lose him again?
let's dive into Bullet Train.
Let's go.
We're gonna keep pushing. If Christian joins back, he'll join back. If not, we apologize. But Dylan, Bullet Train, you texted in the group chat the other night that you had watched it. I hadn't watched it yet, and it gave me the perfect excuse to watch it for this week's episode, because obviously our recording schedule last week was a little wonky, so we're back on track now. But Bullet Train was a movie that I really, really wanted to see in the movie theater. As soon as I first saw the first trailer for it, which I think happened during Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and then Bullet Train got pushed back a little bit into the first week of August. So I saw the trailer for it again during Thor: Love and Thunder, and I was like, man, I really want to see this movie, and then I just never was able to go see it in the theater. This cast is bananas. It is like, you know, everyone talks about the Knives Out cast from the first one and this new one that's coming out.
This
This cast is like in that same like type of pantheon where like every single person in this movie is big name. Brad Pitt, Joey King, Aaron Taylor Johnson, who until I looked up the like Googled the movie, I had no idea that was Aaron Taylor Johnson because he didn't look like him, didn't sound like him. He was fantastic. Miles Mars as young Tangerine, Brian Tyree Henry, who was obviously in Eternals.
Briefly, Logan Lerman was in the movie.
Yeah. Joshua Johnson Payne, Andrew Koji.
Dude, how about Michael, what's his name? Shannon? Shannon?
Yes.
Yeah, like, what? Crazy.
He's back. Oh, God.
It has come to me resorting to using my phone because I'm fucking sick of my laptop now.
Well, perfect for you. We just started diving into the Bullet Train cast.
Lovely. Okay.
Where, you know, I said we're going to be talking about Knives Out on future episodes. This cast is like in that same pantheon of just like every single actor is like big name, big time. Michael Shannon, Sandra Bullock, Zazie Beetz coming through. Logan Lerman, Masi Oka, and then there's also a big time reveal at the end of the movie, which we'll get into.
I was gonna say the 2 cameo appearances. Well, actually 3 cameo appearances if you count the two people, the one spy, the handler, and the person on the train. We're all big actors. That I was like, what?
So Bullet Train is a 2022 American action comedy film directed by David Leitch. From a screenplay by Zach Leach. Apologies.
That's the John Wick director, correct?
What was that?
Did he direct John Wick or no?
Well, okay, so I'll
real
quick. He kind of co-directed the first film. He directed then Atomic Blonde, and he directed Deadpool 2.
Oh, Atomic Blonde. That was with Charlize Theron.
Yes.
That has one of the best quotes I've ever seen in a movie, where James McAvoy says, "I fucking love Berlin." Quality. Quality. The quote alone. Sorry.
So this was based on a 2010 novel, Maria Beadle, titled Bullet Train in its UK and US edition, by Kotaro Isaka. Apologies.
Manga, baby.
That.
Manga. It's manga.
And it was translated by Sam Melissa, the second novel in Isaka's Hitman trilogy, of which the first novel was previously adapted as the 2015 Japanese film Grasshopper. Brad Pitt portrays a begrudging assassin who must battle fellow killers while riding a fictionalized version of the Bullet Train, Tokaido Shinkansen. And the film also features an ensemble supporting cast, including, like we mentioned, Joey King, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry, Andrew Koji, Hiroyuki Sanada, Michael Shannon, Bad Bunny, and Sandra Bullock.
Bad Bunny's already a better actor than Harry Styles.
Unreal. He was great. Loved every second that he was on the screen. There were a few seconds of it, but it was great seconds.
Bad Bunny's a better actor and a better wrestler.
And he's got equal number of hits. So, initial thoughts before we just dive into breaking this movie down.
It's just fun, dude.
It's so fun.
That's the biggest takeaway for me. It was fun. I watched it with my girlfriend, and we were both like, "What is this film?"
And when Christian was trying to tap,
never in my life. I loved Thomas as a child.
Same.
As my parents. Never in my life did I think a major big budget screen adaptation would have a whole character that like bases his psyche of people on Thomas the Tank Engine. That was great. That had me dying.
Awesome.
David Leitch, everybody.
Love that.
It was great. It was fun. It was just like it was action packed across the board. Like a bit more gory than I was expecting, which I fully invited. I was all about it.
The gore was needed for the stakes of how many world-class assassins or
yeah,
bodies.
like I expected it to be gory, but like some of the stuff I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this.
No, see, here's the thing. Knowing Atomic Blonde, knowing John Wick, and knowing Deadpool 2, it's like, yep, this is gonna be brutal but freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I was totally expecting a lot of just like full blown killing, but some of the ways that it happened, I was like, all right.
17, Kyle, 17. No, 16. 17.
Fair enough.
I just like the way the characters seem to come into fruition for the most part. Like, it was a little different than some movies because it just kind of all happened at the same time. Like, there was some like backstory for some and some not so much, and I just like how they all kind of intersected, and it felt cool. It was a little different. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
And I think for for a cast that has so many big name people, like it felt like just from like the viewer perspective, they all meshed really, really well.
Oh yeah, but I was just gonna say, when it comes to the backstory point of view, Kyle already knows how I feel about this, and we'll talk about it later. But
yeah, so we'll get into our review afterwards. But we have Yuichi Kimura boarding the bullet train in Tokyo in search of his son Wataru's attacker, guided by his handler, Maria Beetle. Operative Ladybug, who is Brad Pitt's character, is assigned to retrieve a briefcase full of cash, cold hard cash,
money.
From the same train, replacing a sick coworker known as Carver.
That's the funniest detail because it comes through it. I just love that.
Man called out sick. It's like, hey, can you come in? Somebody called out sick. We need you to fill this time slot.
I was genuinely laughing at dialogue because it was a good point. I was like, spies don't fucking call out sick. It's not a thing. Like, you can't do that.
Ladybug is reluctant, and as his recent string of bad luck during his jobs resulted in accidental deaths. Also on the train are two English assassin brothers, codenamed Lemon and Tangerine, who just rescued a man, the son, from kidnappers and are taking him and the briefcase to his father, a Russian-born Yakuza boss called the White Death. Badass code name. Like, whatever they said, the White Death, I was like, that's fucking cool.
I love the mask they wore in this scene.
Oh,
yes. That was sick. And then during the trip, the sun is poisoned. It's like, pour one out. That was short-lived.
R.I.P. Logan Lerman.
I was surprised because I didn't see. I think someone told me after I saw that's like in one of the trailers. Like they show him with blood in his eyes. Yeah. But I don't remember the trailers, so I was like, yo, Logan's literally signed a contract. We'll have 2 sentences. Like, love it.
Yeah, my man is going back to being a wallflower.
2 sentences and then pretend to be dead for the rest of the film.
Good thing my man knows all about being a wallflower.
There are plenty of perks of that life.
There are perks. Ladybug discreetly steals the briefcase, but is attacked by another assassin, the Wolf, Bad Bunny. After seeing that the son was poisoned in the same way as his entire wedding party, the Wolf mistakenly believes Ladybug to be the killer. Ladybug confusedly fights the Wolf, who accidentally kills himself. Yuichi... That was just unreal. Like, as short-lived as his character was, like, Bad Bunny in this movie was great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
was a big fan.
It was great. I was just surprised it died so quick. My girlfriend and I both were like, "Is that's heart?" Like we were like trying to remember, like that's the heart side, right? Okay, he's dead. Like,
that's the heart side. That's the heart side. He said.
Hey, if you get stabbed in the other side of your chest, you can live depending upon the organ.
That is indeed the medical terminology: the heart side and the not heart side. That's also what Bad Bunny's vinyl is called because his album cover has a heart on it. It's the heart side and the not heart side.
It was just surprising to see him.
Oh yeah,
have like the not epic backstory, but like the big backstory rather. Which, by the way, you knew his poor lover was gonna die. Her fate was sealed the second you see him get like an interest, and I was like, yeah. Dead. Did not expect a red wedding type twist on this show, the movie, but no, yeah, very very weird death.
Yeah, Yuichi finds the person who attacked Wataru, a young woman codenamed the Prince, but she overpowers him. She explains that she pushed Wataru off a roof to lure Yuichi to the bullet train as part of a plan to have him kill the White Death. To ensure his cooperation, she has a henchman holding Wataru's hostage in the hospital. If I don't call you in 10 minutes, kill the boy. What's his name again? How could I forget? How could I forget?
Yeah, of course. How could I forget?
Ladybug recognizes Lemon as the owner of the briefcase and offers to return it in exchange for being allowed to disembark the train. Lemon suspects that Ladybug killed the son, leading to a fight. Lemon is knocked unconscious after realizing Ladybug is innocent. The Prince and Yuichi find the briefcase, booby-trap it with explosives, and rig Yuichi's gun to explode if fired. Ladybug encounters Tangerine and kicks him off the bullet train after another scuffle, but Tangerine climbs back aboard, and suspicious, Lemon shoots Yuichi but collapses after drinking from a water bottle Ladybug had previously spiked. The Prince shoots Lemon and conceals him and Yuichi in a bathroom. Ladybug encounters yet another assassin, the Hornet, who poisoned the son and Wolf's wedding party with the venom of the boomslang snake. What a name for a snake.
Was she in Deadpool too? Was she the actress who played the lucky girl, whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
After a struggle, both are exposed to the venom, and Ladybug steals her anti-venom to save himself.
I was laughing at that, and I probably shouldn't have. But I thought that was hilarious.
You bitch.
No, just like the sleight of hand, like they both.
Oh no, I was just quoting her because every other word she's you bitch, you son of a bitch.
I thought it was funny because like they're both staring each other down, and then they both realize like we gotta take this within 30 seconds, and then he just he just takes it.
Tangerine runs into the Prince and realizes that she shot Lemon. Ladybug interrupts them, and Tangerine is killed before he can shoot Prince.
That part made me annoyed.
T's and P's. At the next stop, Yuichi's father, the Elder, boards the bullet train. He recognizes the Prince and informs her that Wataru is safe. After she flees.
So many films, and I always forget his name, and I'm so sorry, sir, because you are in so many films, and you're a great actor. I just don't.
I think he's also in the new John Wick film, but it's like he and Andrew Koji are basically like the two are basically like the two like older Japanese guys who can speak English. Yeah, who are just getting cast in everything right now.
Good for them.
I'm looking it up right now just to clarify. You're talking about who plays the Elder, right, Dylan?
Yes, he's in a lot of stuff.
That is Hiroyuki Sanada.
Awesome.
There we go.
It's a fucking crazy name. My name's Dylan, and his name sounds like that. I'm Dylan Mazzola. God damn.
I'm trying to see some of the other stuff he's been in.
He did a bunch of stuff.
He was in The Wolverine in 2013.
Yes.
Yep.
He was in Mortal Kombat. He was Scorpion in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool character to play on your IMDb. It's a pretty popular character in video game history.
He was in Army of the Dead.
Yep, that's what most of us remember him from right now.
He was in Avengers Endgame.
Was he in that?
Listed as Akihiko. I don't know if that was like one of the sorcerers.
Or maybe he was one of the people Ronin killed.
Maybe.
Oh, I think he is. You're right.
Yeah. He was also the sumo villain in Minions.
Yes.
Range, baby, range.
Yeah. How could we forget that one of all films?
It's called Range.
Point stands though, he's popping up a lot recently.
Yeah. And then at the next stop, Yuichi's father, the Elder, boards the bullet train. He recognizes the Prince and informs her that Wataru is safe. After she flees, the Elder tells Ladybug he will remain to confront the White Death, who killed his wife while taking over the Yakuza. Finding Yuichi and Lemon still alive, the four work together to face the White Death. At Kyoto, Ladybug gives the White Death the briefcase. The Prince, revealed to be the White Death's daughter, fails to goad him into shooting her with the rigged gun. While the White Death explains that everyone on the bullet train was linked to the death of his wife, he hired them hoping they would kill each other. not knowing Carver was replaced. The White Death's henchmen open the briefcase, which explodes, knocking Ladybug. Oh no, Dylan.
Dylan gets yeeted. It's just one of those nights at this point. It's just one of those nights, Kyle.
Dylan got yeeted off the bullet train.
Bye. Dylan got Brad Pitted in Deadpool. Right?
There we go.
What the fuck's going on?
Dylan, why did you get yeeted off the bullet train?
I don't know, and I'm not lagging at all. It just randomly paused.
So where were we? We said the red gun, the white.
Thing I heard was the daughter failed to goad the father into.
Yeah, and then.
So the White Death explains that everyone on the bullet train was linked to the death of his wife. He hired them hoping they would kill each other, not knowing Carver was replaced. And the White Death's henchmen open the briefcase, which explodes, knocking Ladybug and the White Death back onto the bullet train.
R.I.P. those two wisecracking henchmen, man.
Well, you just opened the case.
They didn't deserve it.
The White Death's remaining henchmen board and battle the assassins, while the Elder duels the White Death. The bullet train crashes into downtown Kyoto, and emerging from the wreck, impaled with the Elder's katana, the White Death tries to kill Ladybug, but the rigged gun explodes in his face. Absolutely decimated my mans. The prince threatens Ladybug, Yuichi, and the Elder with a machine gun, but is struck and killed by a passing fruit truck, later to be revealed driven by Lemon, which was hilarious.
My girlfriend was, when he jumped off in the water, she was like, is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? I was like, Megan, he's fine. They put water there for a reason.
100% he alive.
Maria arrives to retrieve Ladybug while Japanese authorities begin to clean up the damage caused by the bullet train crash. And let's not be remiss, Carver revealed to be the one and only Ryan Reynolds.
Full circle.
I am starting to believe the Ryan Reynolds cinematic universe is a thing.
Well. So I believe the story behind him showing up here is basically is basically he got Brad Pitt to show up in Deadpool. Mm-hmm. So Brad Pitt was like, "Hey, just show up for this one thing for us here, okay? Yeah, good, okay."
That was such a fun reveal. Overall, and I mean, fun is the definition of this movie.
Fun but messy.
And that's where it comes into our review. Christian, the floor is yours. You can see Christian's review on his Letterboxd, and it'll be part of our Letterboxd review as well, written in there. But Christian, the floor is yours for your review of Bullet Train.
So, with this film, it's a fun film. It's also a very messy film. Because we're involved with a cast of how many people?
A lot.
Yeah, and that's where the biggest issue is. Because we have so many people here, and we're bringing so many backstories, and then we have all this fighting, and then we have just Lemon and Tangerine by being the best part of this movie by a country mile. It's like, yes, this movie's fun. Yes, it's messy. In my opinion, this film in an ideal world for me is like a 8 to 10, like 6, 8, 10 episode limited series where it's basically like each kind of stop basically equates to an episode instead of jamming in a 5-minute Bad Bunny montage. If you give that episode, like you basically reveal him at the end of the first episode, and then you go into a longer kind of backstory thing in the second episode, and you let these characters breathe more, and you can still do all of the batshit crazy stuff, but it also helps us like it. You feel like it's being run along better, in my opinion, and it just makes everything smoother. And side note, one little nitpick. So Michael Shannon has a Russian accent. Why is Joey King doing a British accent? And Logan Lerman's doing a Russian accent. Why is the daughter not doing a Russian accent? Can we unpack that at all? Anyone?
I'm glad you said that. I was gonna say that too. There was two things that bother me, and you just said one of them. My only thing is, I told myself, I'm like, maybe because she was trying to win her father over, she like moved to London or something, and just gained a London accent. I don't know. That's all I got.
Like it's kind of an annoying plot hole because and like yes, it kind of hides the fact that like she is his daughter, but like it kind of is a plot hole, but
it hides it until she spits on Logan's dead body. Because at that point, I didn't really know, but I was like, why would she spit on a random dude's dead body? And I was like, something's connected.
But it's kind of just like, for all its fun and its mess, I think it would have been better done over like 8 hours instead of 2.5 hours, because you can also, in my opinion, do a little more with the action scenes, do a little more with the backstory, maybe have a little bit of fun with like Brad Pitt's therapist, and you're like cutting to past therapy sessions. And
that's a good point.
There's more fun and more meat on the bone there if you do it in a limited series way than in this jam into a 2.5 hour thing. And this is like the first time ever watching a movie where I'm like, this should have been a limited series. Like it's like the only time I've ever thought that, which is saying something.
I've had that take about one other movie, and I think Dylan knows what movie I'm going to say. I felt that way, and like this is one of my favorite bad movies, like critically across the board. The first Suicide Squad movie. I feel like that movie like jam-packed so many different characters that had no backstory going into it outside of the comic book universe, where a lot of people didn't even really know who the Suicide Squad was per se. But I felt like that movie, because when they show like their files and everything in the original Suicide Squad movie, it's like, oh, here's their backstory, but they go like bang, 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 and then they try
exposition dump.
Right. And then like I feel like that would have worked if it's like, hey, let's unpack this character in a series or a movie of its own, and then it's like, here's the ultimate like team up type of event type thing. So I definitely see where like you're coming from, and I think it could work as a limited series too. Like at some point, if somebody wants to adapt it.
I didn't even think about that, honestly. I thought what you said, I thought in the back of my head, but the extent of what you said, I didn't think that much in detail, and I really appreciate hearing you say that, because it would work as a TV show. You guys are both right. I mean, think about how many of the assassins didn't really even get backstory. Like, even Brad Pitt's character doesn't really have backstory. We just know he's a therapist because he presumably had anger issues and killed too many people, and then now only does snatch and grab jobs, like he says. But you put that together through piecing the movie, and then there's the poison lady. We just know that she poisoned the cake. We don't really know what the fuck. We don't know it.
Yeah, you don't really get anything about Carver either going into it until they just reveal Ryan Reynolds. Like, it'd be cool to have a little bit of a backstory on like, why is he calling out sick? Why is he avoiding this job? Like,
well.
Fuck!
See, I don't feel like we necessarily need that, because I don't necessarily think we need that Carver stuff. I think it's kind of just really, really fun when it's kind of just like, wait a minute, that's Carver, and I think like that is kind of that's kind of the appeal in a way
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
of it, because like it's like it like plays up the joke more because of who Carver is, and when it's revealed to be Ryan Reynolds, Drew Brain goes, "Oh yeah, sure. Seems would call out sick, right?"
Totally.
But yeah, that's kind of just my thoughts on the movie.
I think the sticker you slap on this movie, like we said, is just it's fun. It's like a very like enjoyable watch across the board, and highly recommend watching it. But let's get into the reviews here. Dylan, I'll start with you. Your review of Bullet Train.
So I loved it, but I had some nitpicks with it as well. So I'm not going to give it like a crazy score. Like I'm not going to say 10 or 9 or 8. I will say it doesn't deserve to be in the 6s in my opinion, because I do like action films and I do like the John Wick, etc. So a number that stuck out to me is 7.5. That's something that stuck in my head when I watched it. There are some plot holes Christian pointed out, some good points, but 7.5 I think is comfortable for me.
What did I
believe is your highest rated movie of the year so far?
Well, out of the ones we've watched, it's definitely the most enjoyable one.
Yeah, I think it hits your highest rated movie of the year.
So far, only go up.
Yeah, so far. Still have a couple weeks. I like this movie a lot. It's super fun. Like the action, the gore, the writing was very fun as well. The casting was phenomenal. I'm gonna give it an 8.3. I really enjoyed it. It's very fun. I think this movie, even though like you know the end game when you watch it, it's very rewatchable too. Which I really like about movies like this. Like if they have a rewatchable aspect, that gains a little bit in my scoring. But this is a movie that like you can just sit down and watch whenever, and it's gonna be that same level of fun every time. So I'm gonna give it an 8.3 out of 10. I really like this movie a lot.
And now here's where I have to be the party pooper, and I go 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 or 2.5 out of 5 in terms of letterbox grade. Like it's good, but it could have been so much better. Like that's basically how I feel about it.
Which you made your point with it being a potential, like the avenue for it to be a series, like makes a ton of sense. If it was a series, knowing the knowledge that we have, Christian, what would you give it if it was a series?
If it was a series and they kind of did it in the way we talked about, I feel like it could very easily be like 8. But like as it stands in its current form, it leaves something to be desired, I think is the way to put it. Like good, but it has me wanting more.
Which is totally understandable.
Yeah.
So looking here, some quick math, adding up our scores: 8, 3, 7, 5, and a 5 divided by 3 is a 6.9.
Nice.
Very nice. So it gets the 6.9 treatment on the Google Sheets scale, and then we'll have our full-blown review on our Letterboxd for you guys by the time you're listening to this. But there it is, Bullet Train. I think we all can say definitely like give it a watch. Like it's super fun. You'll enjoy it. And it's on Netflix, so it's easy to access. But without any further ado, and hopefully no further...
Don't even say it.
No further technical issues.
Let's get to everybody's favorite segment.
Wow.
It is the streaming platform Multiverse News and Notes, brought to you by the homies over at Pickup. You guys can go to playpickup.com, start playing the hottest headlines in sports, rack up points on your fan profiles, cash them in for prizes on the Pickup Marketplace. That's playpickup.com. We have, like, pseudo breaking news. It probably would have been breaking news had we gotten to this segment sooner, but according to Humberto Gonzalez, who's a film reporter for The Wrap on the Twitter machine, the canceled Batman movie with Michael Keaton was reportedly going to be Batman Beyond, and I have so much pain in my heart right now, Dylan.
Okay, that actually makes me really sad.
That
makes me supremely sad.
Cue Papa Roach right now. Just cut my life into pieces.
You just killed all our collective spirits.
That's so much pain.
Oh no, he would have been perfect for older Bruce Wayne too, dude. He would have been perfect.
So,
James. Now we got to wait 5 years,
please.
10 years, and do
James. Hey, buddy, please.
James.
Can you maybe reconsider for us?
Yes.
Just maybe, friends.
I'm gonna have to go watch that cartoon before I go to bed now, you jackass.
Speaking of Batman, Kevin Conroy voices Batman in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, coming from the Game Awards.
That's cool.
So that's pretty cool.
Even more sad.
Do we have any happy news?
I don't know if this is happy or not, but DC reportedly still wants Gal Gadot to play Wonder Woman.
Yay?
Even after they canceled her film? ?
Patty Jenkins was offered the chance to rewrite the Wonder Woman 3 script, but declined.
I have good news, actually. Anyone listening? If you like anime, Chainsaw Man season 3, or not. I'm sorry, One Punch Man season 3 has been taken by Mappa Studios, so they're gonna animate it. If you like One Punch Man,
Chainsaw Man sounds like a Mega Man character.
It was an anime currently on right now. That's why I just got confused.
More James Gunn DC news. He spoke on the DC news earlier today. Some of it's true, some of it's half true, some of it's not true. We know we are going to make every single person happy, but we're not going to make every single person happy, but we can promise everything we do is done in the service of the story and in the service of the DC characters. Jackie Chan confirmed that Rush Hour 4 is in the works.
Fun.
Be a thing.
Neither did I.
Here's the thing. Will that movie be good versus will that movie be fun is an entirely different question.
Yes.
I think it might be a bad movie, but it might be funny. So
agreed.
We'll go from there.
Cartoon Network boss Michael Owaline's plan is to take the brand back to its roots. Quote, when I joined the network in 1996, in our minds, it wasn't a kid network, it was an animation network. Yes.
That's true, because some of the OG cartoons that we grew up watching had some very deep, dark, weird undertones. I mean, Courage the Cowardly Dog is literally nightmare fuel. That's not it's not for children.
Followed up with
not.
quotes. Our median age is 29 during the day, so the path forward is to lean into that and make really great stuff that appeals to young adults and kids can watch it too. It was weird to wake up a couple of weeks ago and read our obituary as we are alive. We've got more stuff coming next year than we had this year. So good stuff coming from Cartoon Network, even though it is under the newly renamed Max umbrella. HBO Max, Discovery Plus.
It's not that officially yet.
It's allegedly.
Yes.
Man of Steel 2.
I hate that name.
Yeah, Max. It's so bad for search engine optimization.
You don't say.
Man of Steel 2 was in active development, but it's unclear if it's happening now. Totally fine with that. Don't care.
Yep.
DC is looking at ending the Aquaman franchise with Jason Momoa and recasting him as Lobo, which was kind of rumored. as soon as James Gunn
DC has fumbled the bag so bad that we've literally right now after you said that 3 things have been canceled and not one of us has been like meh, like the Mason movies, like, you know what I mean, just like meh.
Like, Black Adam sequel is unlikely as well. More DC.
I haven't seen the first one yet.
Me either.
Right, funny. Hold on, quick my story. So if people don't know, I work at a movie theater. I literally went and sat in the last 20 minutes of that movie and go, okay, I don't have to watch this full movie piece.
Apparently
tell you everything you need to know about that movie.
Speaking of Black Adam, apparently there's a spin-off film reportedly in the works at DC for Hawkman.
Sure.
Personal preference, I hate that superhero, so I won't see it.
Agreed. We got a trailer for something coming to Netflix. It's a series, December 26th, starring our boy Dylan, Charlie Cox. First trailer for Treason. It looks very interesting. Plus Charlie Cox, I'm automatically enticed. So
yeah, I'm happy he could get another role. Did you ever read the story that he couldn't get other roles because he trained himself to be blind, basically, for Daredevil, so he would just not give eye contact during auditions?
That was a very fun story.
It's a very fun story indeed. It's crazy. It's wild. It's not normal.
Apparently the Batman 2 has been trending this week, so I wanted to ask you guys, this comes from Culture Crave, which villains do you want to see in the sequel? They listed Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, Mad Hatter, Black Mask, Bane, Two-Face, the Court of Owls, Scarecrow, Harley Quinn, Firefly, Hugo Strange, Hush, Ra's al Ghul.
Hush would be a really good villain if they want to go down that route, but they have to nail the casting for that, or else it's going to bomb.
So here's the thing with all this. Hush has been the most talked about one for like ages. Like Hush has been talked about since the second film was announced, and I think that's partially because if we check who the writer was. The writer was a writer of some of the big comic books. So I think if we look at who the writer was, and they've also made tweets in the past commenting specifically on like some of their favorite Batman stuff. So there's something definitely there. It's just a question of like, okay, what are we buying into, I guess is the right way to phrase it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I guess it depends, too. Like, if how they want to... Because it depends how much of a time gap is in between the Batmans as well. Because the first Batman, he's still relatively new at this. So that affects... That's the reason why you only saw so many villains. Because quite a few villains aren't even born yet, for lack of terms. Actually... I guess technically the Hush guy wouldn't be as evil at that point, so you'd have to fast forward a little bit since he grew up with Bruce Wayne.
Plus, we're still supposed to get that Penguin spin-off series on HBO Max, so I don't know how much of the timeline that's going to encapsulate either.
Yeah. I actually hope they don't have Two-Face, by the way. I hope he's in there as Harvey Dent, if it's close to, like, not too much of a time gap. Because it's even more hilarious because if you follow comics, you're just like, that guy's going to turn really bad.
Yeah. I would like Scarecrow just because of the spooky, like, kind of darker tone that the first movie had.
So something I've talked about with one of my friends who's like a big, what's the wrong thing of a big like comic guy. Is he's wanting them to do, it's a whole arc of like the Joker like takes over Arkham Asylum and there's the whole Batman has to go in type of thing. I forget the exact name of it, but there's a whole comic book of it, and he really wants them to do that. Which
I'd be a fan of that.
But I kind of think overall, like, knowing what we're dealing with here, like, we're already staring down on the barrel of Joker at some point because he was in the last film. So it's just a question of what are they building around?
Right.
around that, and how are we getting to the Joker being the big bad? Like, how are we getting that to be our end result, and what comic books would that lead to? And so, like, Court of Owls kind of feels somewhat inevitable at this point, based on the stuff we've like heard, and based on kind of what went on in the first film.
I'm gonna let Dylan back in real quick.
Nope, and
there
now
we
you're
go.
out. But yeah, Dylan, you're back.
I know. I just wanted to hear that.
We're talking about the Court of Owls being inevitable along with the Joker.
Oh yeah, well it's foreshadowed. They keep saying like you don't know who these people are, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's like it is very much coming. It's just a question of, okay, how are we building it into this world? Who's going to be the like big important things that
I thought they were going to show up in the first one.
I mean, yes, that was one of the theories, so I can't blame you for thinking they were going to show up in the first one. But it's just kind of interesting because we are like, ooh, Court of Owls, yes, and it's like clearly they're sprinkling the seeds for that. So we have to draw the lines of, all right, in this type of Gotham, which is like very gritty and dirty, we already have the seeds for the Joker. There's been talks around, like, Matt Reeves has mentioned how he likes Dr. Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had people rumbling around that. Probably my favorite fan cast I've heard for that is Mark Strong.
Ooh. Michael Fassbender as Doctor Strange. Let's get it. I mean, it's not Doctor Strange. It's Doctor Jesus. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, there's a lot of different ways to go with this. So it's just a question of, okay, if we really are doing Court of Owls here, how are we getting to the Court of Owls?
Right.
Corruption.
And I wouldn't be opposed to, let's just say, like, doing like probably my dream end, if they're doing 3 Batman films, to a second Batman film, is like Bruce has put a bunch of people into Arkham, right? And at the end of the film, we kind of start seeing more Joker, and the film basically ends with a breakout from Arkham Asylum. The building's on fire, and Barry Keoghan walks out of the building in full Joker regalia, fire behind him, cackling, cut to black. Like, that is my dream ending to the next film. Will that happen?
I mean, it could happen. Very well, could be.
It could, but you have to send a fuck ton of people to Arkham, and I don't know, like, because we don't know the time jump and everything, like, but I feel like that would be absolutely immense.
Start writing Matt Reeves letters now. Be like, yo, dude, I know exactly how you should end your movie.
And I think if that does happen, everyone will be cracking open an ice-cold Kenwood beer. The official beer of Underground Sports Philadelphia, with their new refresh on their 15-pack Kennies that you can go and get at your local liquor stores. Kenwood beer is Dylan's favorite beverage of choice when he's watching his favorite shows, movies, and everything in between, and especially when he's traveling the sands of Tatooine. You know I had to get it in there. You guys can go to kenwoodbeer.com. They just released new beanies today with this logo that, if you're watching on YouTube, which you should be, that's on my hat here on YouTube. It's on the beanies now, so go to kenwoodbeer.com. Go snatch those up because they're not going to be there forever. And also, use that all-new and improved Kenny tracker to see who's got Kenwood beer on tap in the Philadelphia area. You got to be 21 or older to do so. And, of course, please drink responsibly. More DC. This is a very DC-filled multiverse news and notes. Margot Robbie wants the Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy romance to happen in live action.
Do it. Do it.
I've been pushing for that for years. I cannot tell you how hard I've been pushing for that. That comes from comicbook.com.
Yeah, I think everyone can probably get behind that.
James, darling, honey, do it, James. Love, do it.
Also love that James Gunn met with Adil and Bilal. Sounds like they are still down to do things in the future with DC, and that the Batgirl cancellation, please bring that back to James. Did not,
Really?
Burn that bridge.
No, good.
Margarita Laviva and Sandrine Holt have been cast in major roles in Daredevil Born Again. That comes via Deadline. Very interesting there. More casting news for that as we get closer and closer to that show coming to be. Our Riz God, Pedro Pascal, at Brazil Comic Con.
Riz God.
The Riz God. On The Mandalorian Season 3, quote, "There's so much that you're going to see. We were all able to keep Baby Grogu a secret. We were able to keep Luke Skywalker's return to the world as a secret. There are more secrets to keep."
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm okay with that.
Dylan, are you ready for do you want to feel old segment of the week?
You keep doing this, and I know, but yeah,
This week, 25 years ago,
Oh, dear.
Good Will Hunting was released.
oh, it's a sad one too.
Shout out to the GOAT.
Good movie, but nonetheless.
We talked about Willem Dafoe a little bit earlier, just in funniness. Did you guys see what was crowned the Oxford Word of the Year?
No.
No.
What was it?
Oxford Word of the Year for 2022 winner is Goblin Mode.
What the fuck?
I
Shout out
blame
Willem
Twitter.
Speaking of Charlie Cox and Daredevil, he said that there is a place for Daredevil to show up in Deadpool 3 due to the tone of Daredevil Born Again.
Interesting. That'd be interesting.
Hint, hint, hint.
Also said, great, now that's a news story.
Yeah, no shit. You can't just say stuff like that.
Looking here now
Eat that kind of stuff
well.
up, ourselves included.
Earlier this week, we got our first trailer for the Boys spin-off series Gen V or Gen 5. I don't know
What's
how
all
they're...
that?
No, Kyle. It's a Gen Vite.
Okay.
Or what is the name of the company in The Boys again? I already forget.
I hate to inform you, I've never seen The Boys yet.
Okay, well that's a problem we need to
Forgetting
rectify
something
along with
corp,
many of other
something,
things.
something corp, something. Vault. Vault.
Yeah, bot.
Bot.
See, part of my problem with all this is my brain's also stuck. My brain's also stuck in Watchmen land, and that is Adrian Veidt. I'm like, yeah, that right? No.
Next week we will have a new trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse that drops on
Give me it now.
December 13th. I'm so excited. And just looking here. Oh, I saw this on Instagram, and I think I sent it to the group chat. There's a show on Netflix that's coming out that, unless I sent it to just Dylan.
No, Kyle, you sent in the group chat.
Did I?
Yeah, it is just we've texted so much through these technical issues you can't find it.
Very true. Here we go. This comes from the boardroom. Shout out Kevin Durant. New Netflix series that's going to be able to be watched in any order, and it will affect how people view the story. Choose Your Own Adventure show finally happening.
Well, they kind of did Choose Your Own Adventure with Bandersnatch, but that was a single episode.
And then for all of the crossover listeners here to the Outside the Box podcast, one of the best sports documentaries I've ever seen, Fate of a Sport. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. It's on ESPN Plus. And starting by the time you guys are listening to this, December 9th, Fate of a Sport, the story about the Premier Lacrosse League coming to be. will be on Hulu now for all the Hulu subscribers and everything out there. So it'll be across the board on all the Disney platforms. It's one of the best sports docs I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying that because I know Paul and Mike Rabel, but it's just a very cool in-depth look at how like an up-and-coming sports league gobbled up the titan that was. It's very rare that you see the up-and-coming league swallow the original league. It usually goes vice versa, and they go into all of that. So if you haven't seen Fate of Sport, definitely go check it out. Probably something we'll end up reviewing on here at some point or talking about because it's a ton of fun. And Dylan's a former lacrosse player, so
I did do that.
And then Kate Dickey will play a villain in Loki season 2. I sent that to Dylan, I think, earlier this week. She was in Game of Thrones.
For Loki season 2.
I don't know if we touched on this too, Dylan, on last episode, but The Mandalorian season 3 premieres March 1st on Disney+.
We did discuss that, I think, but if not, either way, it's coming.
And then Michael Gandolfini, speaking of Daredevil Born Again, has been cast in a major role as well in the series.
R.I.P. his father. I'll never get over it.
Also, what are your guys' thoughts on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer?
Well, obviously someone's dying. We knew that from the trailer.
Yeah.
It hints at that. Either unless he's messing with us, but we also know it's the last installment of the trilogy of the series. So someone or someone's is dying. It's going to be a matter of it goes into the real life side. Who doesn't want to reprise their character going forward?
Or whose contract is too big.
That too. Either way, it's a money decision.
like let me put it this way. Of the 3 trailers that dropped that day, Guardians was the movie I thought could be the best of the 3. Which of those 3 trailers, Guardians Volume 3, the new Transformers movie, Rise of Beasts, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which has great actors in it, like Harrison coming back, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Mads Mikkelsen, but I'm like, why does this need to exist? I don't know.
I mean, I'll still probably see it. I'll be honest, but
same.
Yeah. And then also coming from the Game Awards, this is pretty cool. I think we've talked about this, Dylan. We got a new trailer for Dune Awakening, the video game. It's an open world MMO survival game.
That's awesome. Oh, I think we talked about it before. If not, I saw Fallout's getting a TV show too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna not be for anyone who played Fallout. It's gonna not be involving any existing characters. It's all new characters.
That's sweet.
Hold on, gentlemen. Andy's gone. Gentlemen, I need to ask: are we ready for me to be an absolute pest next year as we await the release of Dune Part 2 from my beloved French-Canadian filmmaker Denis Villeneuve, and the film will have more Zendaya, it'll have Austin Butler, it'll have Christopher Walken,
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh, my queen. And it's just, guys, this is it. It is Dune Part 2 versus Oppenheimer versus Barbie versus God knows what else. But yeah, and then to circle back to one other thing, did you see the teaser for the very, very upcoming In the Far Distance Rob Pattinson film?
I did not.
Okay. So it's Mickey 17 is the name of it. It's based on a novel called Mickey 7, which is the sci-fi novel that came out this year. Yeah, Dylan texted us.
A great meme. There he is.
It stars Robert Pattinson. It has Toni Collette and Tilda Swinton.
I come back to Rob Pattinson. Oh boy, am I living in that?
And it's basically about this. It's based about this guy who's working on colonizing a planet, but he's a disposable worker, and so when he ends up going missing and comes back, he's already been replaced by Mickey 18. And he's Mickey 17, so he has to try and stay hidden. And it's directed by Bong Joon-ho.
Oh,
I like that.
Yep. And it's already got a release date, which I'm mad about because they gave it a release date of basically Easter 2024. I'm like, fuck off. No. You are not telling me one of my most anticipated movies that I thought would come out next year is coming out in spring 2024. No, you're taking the piss. Paramount already did this to me with the Mission Impossible film that comes out in July. They gave us a trailer in May and said, "Congrats, you have to wait a year." No, fuck you, don't do that to me. And now Warner Brothers is doing it. To me with the Mickey 17. Stop giving us trailers a year ahead of time. Stop it. It's bullshit. It's torturous. It's torturous. Fuck off. Post it on social, Kyle. Post it on social. I fucking hate it. Stop giving us trailers a year ahead of time. I hate it.
Last thing I have here, it's gonna make Dylan laugh so loud. We got George R.R. Martin news, Dylan.
Did he finally fucking write the book?
He has around 500 pages left until he finishes The Winds of Winter.
He doesn't have 500 days left to live. He's old. George R.R. Martin, you fucking geezer.
Kyle, Dylan and I have brought absolute chaos in this podcast. I love it.
Oh, that's incredible. Oh, that's great. I needed that. I needed it. Boys, any final thoughts before we wrap up this unbelievable night in streamer season?
Yeah, my final thought is where does George R. Martin live? I'm about to give him some like Adderall and some coffee. We're gonna get this book written.
Not the Addy.
My final thought is someone fix the fucking internet, please.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Long amount of time before it takes me away from you guys again.
We've had to start and restart sections of this pod so many fucking times.
And yet we're still going to end up with it being only about an hour, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Make sure you guys are following us at StreamerSZN on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Christian on Twitter at @thewiz_PHI. Follow Dylan at Dylan Mazzola. Follow me at KBIZZL311. Subscribe to the podcast feed, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Leave those recs and reviews. Follow us on Letterboxd. Search Streamer Season. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. You get full video episodes of every single Streamer Season podcast and all the content coming out of Underground Studios. Subscribe, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Smash that like button, ring the bell icon, comment down below your thoughts on this episode, and the real ones, put hashtag release the streamer cut in the YouTube comment section if you want the full thing. And we'll be back next week. The movie next week, we're going to get into the Christmas spirit with a fun, goofy movie I know Christian's going to hate, Spirited, with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. I guess the month of December is just Ryan Reynolds month. So we're going to dive into Spirited. We're going to have some fun holiday stuff. And, yeah, leading us all the way into Knives Out. And Nope will be on our list as well coming up. So stay tuned for all of that. But this has been another episode of Streamer Season, the exclusive streaming platform TV and movie podcast on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network. For Christian, for Dylan, I'm KB. we're getting the fuck out of here before anything else happens. I'm gonna go on a bullet train and hopefully not die. But until then, see ya.